Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Real Talk. This is Jackie Musimeki Huguru, aka JMK, and welcome. Sometimes you must be wondering, why is it that sometimes she records on a Thursday, she records on a Friday, or she records on a Saturday? Well, you know, the things of God are quite mysterious. Once the Lord puts a message in my mind, immediately I feel I need to talk about it. So last night while I was sleeping, the Lord thought it prudent, I think because of the number of phone calls that I have received and also some of the experiences that I've gone through, that it's very important to talk about pretenders. Pretenders are people who depict a different character from what they are. And if you are not careful, you can fall into their trap. And I personally have fallen into that trap, in the love trap, on the pretender part. And I've also fallen into that trap at work, where people pretend that they like you and yet they really want you because of either your position, or some people actually want to be with you because maybe they think you have money and you don't, or some people think that you're something that you're not. You know, you may be, because of my dad, Kyoguru, they think I have it all. I may not, yeah? But we thank God that the Kyoguru name is there, okay? I want to talk about a few traits of pretenders so that some of you can look through these traits and understand and just think about it, and you'll be shocked about the traits of pretenders. I was actually shocked when I went through it. The very first one is lying. They lie a lot. Pretenders are such liars. Let me tell you, they will lie from I'm coming and they don't come. They will lie from I'm bringing you something and they don't bring it to you. They will lie from we're going out of town and they don't take you out of town. They will lie from I promised to bring you this and they don't. They lie from so many things that it gets you frustrated as a human being. But you know what? That is their trait. That is who they are. Because they want to depict a person that they are not. They want to impress you. But in the end, they end up frustrating you. Another trait that they have is that they like appearing overly secure. Now, for some of us who have told a story, our stories maybe of our past or what has happened in our lives, they want to appear like they're very secure men, especially men. They want to appear like they've got it all together, you know. You're safe with me, everything is okay, and yet they're absolutely the most insecure people that you will ever meet. But they want to depict that to you so that you can feel comfortable with them and you can feel like, yeah, this is the kind of person that I want to be with. Another trait of insecure people is they speak loudly. Now, one thing about insecure people, not insecure people, but pretenders, is that they tend to, like if they find you like if they come to your home and they find you have people around, they want to speak loudly, they want to join in the party, they want to, you know, if they find you having fun, they want to quickly, you know, be like the loudest in the place and, you know, yeah, you know, like be like, hey, impress everybody. But in true fact, they're not that, you know. They just want to impress. They want to impress the people around, but that's not who they actually are. Then pretenders are very distracting. When a pretender is afraid of being exposed, they will quickly change the subject in a very clever way. I'm telling you. If they know that you have caught them doing something or talking about something that they know that they do, they will quickly change the subject so that you move away from that subject that you're talking about. And somehow you find yourself moving to something else. They're very, very distracting. Then, unfortunately, they name call. They're pretenders, like, you know, they think that they're the name calling thing, unfortunately, with Christians is quite, for me, it's very uncomfortable. But sometimes they think that name calling is a cool thing to do. So you find them saying, words that are not really nice to hear, but they want to say those words to make you feel like, they know what's happening in the world, and they're on top of things, they're on top of the game, they're exposed and things like that. But actually, no. Okay. Then they like dropping names. Oh, I know this one. Oh, I know Mama Mbagazi. Oh, I know Jabek Museveni. Oh, the other time I was actually with Mao. Oh, the other time I was sitting down with so and so. Oh, I was with the Babumbas. Oh, I was with the, they like name dropping so that people can think that, my goodness, this person is connected. But actually, they're not. They're not connected. And maybe they've never even actually met these people. Okay? And then pretenders like belittling others. You see, we women, we have a habit of talking about maybe our past or what we went through, especially if we're going out with a new guy. And he will ask you what happened with your past relationship. Okay? Why did you separate from your past relationship? And you'll explain to him, you'll tell him, what? This guy was this guy maybe was using me, this guy thought I had a lot of money and was going out with me because of that, and this and this and that. And then they will constantly, in future conversations, they'll always bring up that story and belittle those people. And yet, at the end of the day, you'll find that they are actually doing the same thing. They're actually the same kind of people. And it is really sad because, yes, okay, fine, I've told you the story about it, but I don't expect you to constantly talk about my past, especially if it was an ugly past, okay? Then pretenders love praising themselves. Pretenders are people who will, let me give an example which will come home. They will kind of like, when they take a picture, maybe they will take a picture of 3 cars or 4 cars, or maybe show themselves in a place that is cool, maybe Kingdom, Kampala, or things like that. And then they would say, I was out with my friends and we're having fun, and this and this. And then one thing about pretenders is that they like dressing smart. They like dressing smart and they like praising themselves. Aren't I smart? Don't I look nice? Oh my God, look at this. I'll even send you a picture of a t-shirt, matching with the shoes and that kind of thing. And really, they love praising themselves, which is, it's good to love yourself. I don't think it's a bad thing. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I take a picture of myself, and I like taking pictures. I love taking pictures. But basically, pretenders like praising themselves a lot. And then they exaggerate. They exaggerate like crazily. It's not even funny. They will exaggerate a story and you will think, what just happened? And when you actually get to know the real story, you'll be like, what the other time you told me this? But it was actually like this. They want something to always look bigger or better than it actually is, which is quite annoying. Then they offer little substance. These are people who are not very exposed in the political world, they're not very exposed in the football world, they're not very exposed, so when you're talking about the President of America, like I always tease my friends Susan and Dorothy, who are always talking about politics in America, and I'm always saying that, guys, please save us. Some of us don't even understand what you're saying. But then I'm not saying that they're liars, but I'm just giving an example. But these people are basically they have no idea about what's happening in the real world. So it's a bit sad. And then they contradict themselves. You see, one thing with being a liar is that you forget what you said yesterday, okay? Or you said something and then you realize that, but you said this, and then you're so quick to saying, no, I did not say this, I said this, but I think maybe you were not listening very well, and you said da. You understand? So you start having an argument over it. So they contradict themselves a lot, and it is sad, because they make you feel like either you're stupid, or you didn't hear properly, or you don't know what you're saying, or something like that. But they contradict themselves a lot. Pretenders have little time for others because they cannot pretend so much. Do you understand? So what they will try their level best to do is spend as little time as possible with you. However much you complain, maybe they'll spend 1 day in a week with you, maybe 2 days in a week, because they can only pretend for so long, you know. So you sit down and one and say that, okay, fine, this is my babe. Why, this is my boo. Why isn't he with me? Why isn't she with me? But it's because they cannot pretend for so long, so they cannot spend so much time with you. You understand? I don't know who is torturing my puppy, but anyway. And then they can be quite hostile. These pretenders can be quite hostile. They especially when you catch them in a corner. If you catch them in a corner and you try to tell them about things that that you're not happy about, okay? They become a bit hostile and they get moody, and then they, you know, with women now, we don't want somebody to be moody, so we start asking what's the problem, what's going on, and then they do a lot of reverse psychology, okay? So now it kind of like looks like as if you're the one who has the issue, not them, okay? And that is a big problem with pretenders. Then disliking of experts. The pretenders don't like experts. Pretenders don't like people who know it all. They don't really like it because they feel like you're always putting them down. Like, for example, if you're in a conversation and somebody says, no, it wasn't that, it was this. They don't like it because you may catch them in the trap. Eh? So it's quite something that is quite sad. So my prayer for all of you really is, because the world has changed today. I don't know which day it was. I think it was on Easter Sunday actually. And I was at my parents' house and my dad was asking, what has happened? What has happened to the world today? You know, what has happened especially to the men today? Because so many women seem to be complaining about men and what they're doing and how they treated women and things like that. And it was so funny that my nephew, Joshua, made a comment and said that it is so easy for a man to know who a woman is in maybe 2 interactions, but because women were emotional, we are made emotional. That's how we're made. It will take us a very long time. A guy can pretend with us for a very, very long time before we actually realize that he's pretending. So it is sad, but it's a prayer. And this morning, Pastor Teresa was saying that there is nothing in this world that the Lord cannot do if you ask Him. Nothing. So for me, my happiness and my joy, actually this topic makes me so happy because it gives me this, it kind of like opened my eyes and I was like, wow, now I know. Oh my goodness, I've been dealing with pretenders and now I know who pretenders are. And I love that fasting. That fasting planning that we had last week has opened up my eyes in so many ways that I cannot even imagine. I cannot even start telling you guys the number of things that the Lord has revealed to me since that fast. And I would really like to thank Pastor Isaac Chuesi for making us fast, because let me tell you, that fast was phenomenal. And I made my whole house fast, by the way. My whole house from Jordan, of course not Jason and Jesse, but everybody else fasted. But I would like to pray for all of us to open our minds, to give us a discerning spirit, and to make us understand that, you know what, there are pretenders in this world. But you as a Christian, you can do it all. I love you all, and this is Real Talk.